Hey guys, I am coming to you today with a message that kind of just popped in my head. It's an important one, and I kind of wished that it was around at the time that I was struggling with this. And it has to do with jealousy and anxiety in a relationship. Specifically, if you've not really struggled with it before and you're kind of wondering why it's come out of nowhere, out of the blue. Well, jealousy is not a healthy emotion. Let me just start by saying that I grew up watching these movies and thought that, jealousy, oh, well, if my boyfriend's or my husband is jealous of me talking to another person, well, that's kind of cute. That means they care. It is kind of cute, but it's not healthy. It's not a healthy emotion. Jealousy is not a normal emotion. It's not a healthy emotion. So if it's present and if you have anxiety, I want you to really pay attention to those emotions rather than blow them off, because I kind of blew them off at first. And then I started to really blame myself a lot and took the blame for all the problems in my relationship because of those feelings. Now, what I realized with my situation was when I started out of the blue feeling this anxiety, I took it as, oh, he must be cheating on me. Because the only other times I've ever felt that feeling was because in a past relationship I was being cheated on. So I associated that anxious feeling with being cheated on. And when I started feeling it in my newer relationship with my fiance, I thought, oh my God, he's cheating on me. He has to be cheating on me because I have this feeling like something's wrong. When in reality, that anxiety was just trying to tell me something about what was going on. It was just trying to tell me, hey, pay attention. Something's going on in your life that's not right. But I thought it was that he was cheating. When in reality, what it was I wasn't being true to myself. I wasn't being authentic. I wasn't loving myself. I was giving and sacrificing too much at the time, and I didn't see it. So what I was doing was, we had just moved to Florida, and I was agreeing to the life that he wanted to live. And I was agreeing to work at the places that he wanted me to work, and do the things that he wanted me to do, and wear the things that he wanted me to wear. And I didn't see it that way at the time. I just thought, he was trying to guide me in the right direction because he was older than me and he knew more than me. No. He wanted me to be what he wanted me to be, and it was basically, that was where that anxiety came from, was my soul was telling me, Caitlin, what are you doing? You're not being yourself. You're being who he wants you to be so that he'll love you. So that you can have this beautiful life together that you imagined and that he talks about all the time. But in order to have that beautiful life, you're being who he wants you to be rather than being yourself. So that's what that anxiety was trying to tell me, not that he was cheating on me. So if you're struggling with jealousy or anxiety in your life, I'm not saying that your significant other is trying to control you. I'm not saying that my situation is the same as yours, but I am trying to tell you that if you have anxiety and you have that feeling like something's wrong, I want you to, instead of going to the first thing that your mind associates that feeling with, I want you to take a step back and pay attention to who is around you when you feel that way. When you feel that way, like what time's the day, who you're around, who you're thinking about when you feel that way. Are you at work and it's only when you're around your boss? Are you, hanging out with the family and your sister says something and that's when you get that anxious feeling? So just really, for maybe like a month, pay attention to what's going on and what causes those feelings, and make note of it and pay attention to it, because there's probably a pattern there And are you being true to yourself, or are you kind of giving a little bit more, or sacrificing a little bit more than you should, or not being true to who you are? Because the most toxic thing in the entire world is not being authentic. It's being who someone else wants you to be, or forming yourself to be one person around one person and another person around another person based on who those people are. No, be yourself. And that could easily be the reason why you're feeling that way, is because you're doing too much to form into what everybody wants you to be, depending on who you're with. No, don't do that. Be who you are, because who you are is amazing. You just have to let yourself be who you are. And if you do that, then the right people will come into your life and love you for exactly who you are. But if you're giving too much to someone, or being who they want you to be, then you're gonna start feeling anxious. And then that's when my anxiety turned to jealousy, because my mind felt that feeling and immediately went to the first thing that I thought when I had felt that feeling in the past. So the mind works on past data, and automatically when you feel something, it tries to find something, a situation in the past that felt the same, and so you compare it to that. So that was my case. That's why jealousy came into my life when it never had before, was because in my previous relationship I had been cheated on, and that's when that anxious feeling came up. So when it came up again, it automatically jumped to that, and I thought I had this awful problem. Now, if you are jealous, you're struggling with jealousy, and you really, really don't think it's because of a spouse or something, or because of the other person, then, and you're trying, this is kind of the key way to know if you are surrounding yourself with someone that's not really thinking about what's best for you. So if, say it's with your spouse, if you feel jealous of your spouse and you want to start working on yourself, and you want to start working on your self-esteem so that you're not jealous anymore, and you want to start honoring yourself and doing things for yourself more, if you notice that when you start doing things for yourself more, and you start, going out with a friend, or going to get a pedicure, or, going to this yoga class you've been wanting to go to, or starting up a new hobby that you've been wanting to start up, or, getting together with coworkers that you've been putting off for a while because you've been focusing more on your relationship. And if you notice that when you start doing those things, that your spouse or your significant other starts to kind of act weird about it, or ask you questions about it, and just seems weird about it, and it's like, well, why do you want to do that? And I don't know, those people don't seem great. And oh, you want to start taking yoga classes? I heard that beach was kind of nasty. You shouldn't be going around there. If you start noticing them kind of jabbing at the things that you want to do to honor yourself, that's when you know they are not supporting you bettering yourself, and that you could have a toxic person in your life. Because that is what happened to me. When I started wanting to better myself and wear the things that I wanted to wear, mind you, I was not wearing anything revealing. I just wanted to wear some lipstick and some makeup and wear a cute dress or something like that. And he started to feel threatened by me doing those things, or wearing the things that I wore, and said, oh, why do you want to wear that? We're just going to get something to eat real quick. Why would you want to wear that? Or why are you going to wear that to the grocery store? Because I want to feel good, damn it. Who cares? Who cares why I want to do it? If I like it, then I'm going to do it. So that's what I want you to pay attention to, because if that person in your life is not supportive of you being you, then there's something wrong. There is something wrong. So if they are supportive of you going out and doing all these new things, then wonderful. Then you could maybe tackle the jealousy issue, and there could be no problem. As long as you're allowed to work on yourself in your relationships, and you're not being criticized for working on yourself, then great. wonderful. That's amazing. That's what I wished I could have done. But it didn't work out that way for me, and it turned out that I wasn't in a healthy relationship. And I wanted to work on myself, but then I was being kind of criticized for doing that and not focusing on him as much as I was. So that's really the message that I wanted to relay to you guys today, was if you are struggling with jealousy and anxiety in your life, it really could mean that your inner self, your intuition is trying to make you pay attention to what's going on in your life, and just observe. Observe the people you're surrounding yourself with. Observe what you're doing on a daily basis. Is it honoring you? Are you being authentic? Are you able to be yourself, or are you giving too much and being someone else just to make other people happy? Pay attention. That is what I want you to do. And if you'll get the answers. You will get the answers from there. All right? Thanks, guys. I hope you have a great day.